we're going to talk about the 7 years God's release. This is what creditors, this is what, banks and everybody go on when they judge you about your credit. The Bible lets us know a lot about money, and it lets us know what we need to do about money. And God lets us know the principles for money and how to handle it. So you see the 7 year release. So creditors, when you go into, bankruptcy and you file for it, it gives it 7 years before it falls off of your credit score and on your debt list. Even if you get credit card debt, 7 years and your debt can clear up. They take it off of the collections agencies, take it off, and they get that by the 7 year God release. So the spiritual law, what God is letting us know from the Bible, is letting us know in 7 years there has to be something called the God release, meaning you have to let that go and let it free out, spiritually. That's the spiritual law about the 7 years of God's release. And I'm going to break it down right here in the Bible just to let you guys understand a little bit more about the 7 years of God's release. And it breaks it down in Deuteronomy 15. At the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release. And this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth out unto his neighbor shall release it, and he shall not extract it of his neighbor or his brethren, because it is called the Lord's release. So that's in Deuteronomy 15, 1 and 2. The Lord is letting us know they have to let it go. So it's kind of crazy how the banks and creditors, they work off of this God's release. You have to let my people go. Moses was telling Pharaoh and them, when he went over there trying to release his people, the Hebrews, and God was saying, those are my people, we have to let them go. So the Bible's letting us know that in 7 years, those creditors had to let you go. It also breaks down right here too, and this one I pretty much love a lot when you get to read this because he lets us know about keeping his commandments. For the Lord thy God blesseth thee as he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations, but thou shalt not reign over thee. So what is that letting us know? We're not supposed to be out here borrowing money. When we keep God's commandments, he's going to bless us abundantly, and we're going to give money to other nations. They're going to come to us for help. We're not going to be going to the banks. We're not going to be asking other nations for money just for us to eat food and survive. That's a very powerful verse right there I wanted to share with you guys, and just to understand God's release and the connections it has with creditors. So they have to let you go. That's just the spiritual law of what God stated for all of us. And see, the court system, the banks, all these people understand this. They just don't want to tell us because they want to keep us enslaved. So we have to open our minds and free ourselves. That's why Jesus Christ is the truth, the way, and the life. When you start following him, he's going to let you know about all this right here. Once you pick up the Bible, you're going to start learning more, and you're going to be able to apply that to your life. And like I said in many other videos, reading this Bible has changed my life for the better. I got so much knowledge thanks to God, because I was asking him for wisdom and knowledge, and he's been leading me in the right direction. And I got on here to show you guys that we're not supposed to be out here borrowing a bunch of money and being in debt. And if we do go in debt, just remember, after 7 years, it's called the Lord's release, and you're supposed to free off you. So they can't keep you enslaved in bondage no more after 7 years. Just always remember in Deuteronomy 15, if you could read the whole chapter 15, it's going to let you know about money. It's going to let you know how to move with your finances too as well. Read the whole book of Deuteronomy. It's going to let you know about the blessings and curses that come onto us for either following God's commandments or disobeying God's commandments. That's one thing we got to know, and that's the promise that he makes us. If we follow his commandments, we're going to be blessed abundantly. We're going to give to many nations. We ain't going to be asking for anything because God's going to take care of us. So that's something important I want to share to you guys about the 7 year God's release. Always just take that in consideration, is after 7 years, they have to let you free. The creditors and everybody has to let you free. But it also states in Deuteronomy 2, once that 7 years comes up, Don't try to go and be evil knowing that you're about to get off of the 7 year release and you want to go do bad, because God's going to call that abomination and he's going to judge you against that. So we all just got to be out here moving smartly when it comes to money. Also, right here in Deuteronomy 4:15, save when thou shalt be no poor among you, for the Lord shall greatly bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it. So there shouldn't be no poor found amongst us. When you see poor people on the road, things like that, and when you're feeling like you're poor, is because we're not following God's statutes and commandments. Because God keeps us rich, God gives us abundance. It's being in sin and that devil that what creates poverty in our lives. So we just have to understand, even when you see your brother, your sister hurt on the streets, give them some money, help them out, feed them, give them water, do what you got to do and take care of everybody. That's all he's calling us to do. I just want to share this with you. 7 year God release. If creditors are trying to get you and trying to be after you, just know after 7 years, they have to let you go, because that's the spiritual law of what God said. And they all know it too. Banks, courthouses, all these places know. That's why, after 7 years, it falls off your credit score and all this other crazy stuff when it comes to finances. Just want to let you guys know. Peace and blessings.